What is up, boys? Let's talk a little bit about the new emblems. And first things first, every single emblem here that you see on the top has a different type of attributes. So for example, the first emblem is going to give you hybrid regen, HP and adaptive attack. The tank emblem is going to give you HP, hybrid defense and HP regen. The assassin emblem is going to give you penetration, adaptive, attack and movement speed. Then the mage emblem is going to give you magic power, cooldown reduction and magic penetration. Then the fighter emblem is going to give you spell vamp, adaptive attack and hybrid defense. The support emblem is going to give you healing effects, cooldown reduction and movement speed. And then the emblem is going to give you attack speed, adaptive attack and lifesteal. So inside of every single emblem you will see that you can actually adjust everything, right? And no matter where you go, it is always going to be the same thing if you take the rune. So for example, if we're going to equip Vitality rune in the assassin emblem, it is going to be the exact same as the Vitality rune in the tank emblem. They're both going to give 225 HP. So what does this mean? You can equip any rune into any emblem if you want to use it. For example, if we are playing, let's say I'm playing a tank, right? And let's say I'm playing Belleric. I want that max HP because max HP means that we're gonna deal more damage with our passive. But if I wanted to, I could also run, for example, the cooldown reduction, because cooldown reduction is always great, right? Then extra physical and magic defense, also good option. Movement speed, also a good option. Of course, we don't want to run the crit. But yeah, so let's go over these real quick. Adaptive attack, always good on everyone. Basically, if you want to deal damage. The attack speed is also really good. Extra crit chance and 10% extra crit damage, really good for MM. 6 extra physical and magic defense, and I'm not sure if that one is really worth it. Because 6 is a very, very low amount, right? 5% cooldown reduction is pretty great. Adaptive penetration, it's only 5. I don't think it's worth it. The movement speed is good, 5%, and 5% extra crit and 10% extra crit damage. I think in this tree, this is the best rune that you got. The 6, you know what? I would say probably Vitality is good. The cooldown reduction is good, the fatal is good, and the agility is good. Now let's go on to the next one. So the first one we have is getting kill or assist on enemy minion, restore some HP. I would say it's not worth running. Damage against Lord and Turtle, of course, if you're a jungler, this is what you want to run here if you want to jungle faster. Then we have Tenacity. Unfortunately, it's when HP is below 50%, physical and magic defense are increased by 18. I would still run it, but you don't feel it as much as before anymore. Before it was 40% on Tenacity. So I would say probably not the best thing to run as well, but I think it's still worth running on tanks. Then Master Assassin, of course, kind of still the same thing as before. Extra damage dealt to a single target hero. Single target when there's no one else around, right? So it's the same as before. Bargain Hunter, 95% of the price, 5% discount. It just isn't enough for me to be running this here. I don't like it. I don't think you should run it because that's 150 gold on a 3000 gold item, so not worth it. 6% spell vamp, and each kill or assist grants another 0.5% spell vamp up to 8 stacks. That's pretty solid. Then we have cooldowns of battle spells and equipment or active skills are reduced by 15%, so that is pretty good, 15%. Then we have this one, physical attack, again 5%. I don't think 5% is much. So for me, I probably wouldn't really run it. I think Tenacity here is good. I think Master Assassin is probably fine. I think Festival of Blood is really good. I think Pull Yourself Together is good. And that's it. Let's go to the next one. So for the next one, we have Impure Rage. Deals some adaptive damage when you hit someone with a spell. And restore 2% of mana on hit. Or 1% HP. I think that's pretty decent. 5-second cooldown on that is pretty good. I tried it with glue. And it was pretty solid. Then we have Quantum Charge. When you deal damage with basic attacks, increases your movement speed by 40%. for 1.5 seconds and restores some HP, 75 to 180. Not the best, but it's not bad. Then we have Concussive Blast, deals 100 plus 7% of your HP. You can get up to 10,000 HP, so 700 damage. It's not bad. If you're a tank, then we have Killing Spree. Killing Spree is pretty good, 8% max HP and movement speed when you kill someone. So if you're an assassin, you want to quickly get in, then get out afterwards. Like for example, Saber would benefit a lot from this. Then we have Lethal Ignition, basically the same thing as before. If you deal damage, you're gonna scorch your opponent, right? So then we have Brave Smite, dealing skill damage to an enemy, restores 5% of max HP, but the CD is 6 seconds, so that's quite long. I would say it's a decent thing to run. Then we have Focusing Mark, dealing damage to an enemy hero, increases allied heroes' damage to them. So this is a really good support item. So for example, if you're running Floran or whatever, I would run this one 100%. And then we have Weakness Finder. Weakness Finder is very solid, reducing an enemy hero's movement speed by 90% and attack speed by 50% for 0.5 seconds. That's really solid. And that is basically all the runes. And basically, yeah, you have a lot of puzzling to do now. Very much preference based. So for me, like when I'm playing a tank, this is basically what I can still run. But let's say that I'm playing something like Floran, I would go into like the support thing, and then I could start mixing and matching on what exactly I want to run. So it's very much up to your preference, very much up to your playstyle. So I suggest you find something that you do a lot. For example, if you're like roaming across the map all the time, you definitely want to get that movement speed. But if you're trying to play a roam that deals a lot of damage, you can run something completely different. Like, oh, god damn it, I clicked it again. You can run something completely different. Like for example, you can run. Actually, I think Weakness Finder is pretty solid. Or like for example, you're playing a roam Valier or whatever, you can run Lethal Ignition. So it's all up to your playstyle, all up to you, all up to your decisions. What do I think of this new system? I think it's okay, but I think it definitely needs some tweaking. And I think in the coming weeks, they're definitely going to be doing a lot of tweaking. For example, I think Tenacity is extremely like out of position right now. I think it should be stronger. Same with some of the other ones. I think Festival of Blood is fine. You know, like we went over it. But basically, my opinion, I think it's a good idea for them to do this, but it needs some adjusting. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick summary, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.